Let me get my glasses. Okay, I think we're live. Okay. I wanna first check one thing. I need to make it a little bit brighter because I think it's too dark. So let's see if we can actually make it a little bit brighter. Yeah, I think these monitors look pretty much the same. Just gonna try to make it brighter. Maybe we can try using some kind of like yellowish light. Let's see how it looks with just white light. Yeah, I don't want to make it warmer because it makes it feel like cozy, and I want to make it like feel kind of scary, but it is too dark. So let's see if we can actually okay. Hey, how's it going? Devilish aura of that room, yeah. Yeah, it's a scary room. So This is the entrance of the research facility where we have an outbreak of aliens, and they're taking over with their organic alien stuff all over the walls, trying to find like a nice lighting for this. And see if I can make it look scary but not totally dark. I think that's kind of cool. These lights, they need to be white. Because the light is white. So I think I'm gonna just make a copy of this thing and make it white. Yeah, I was playing the Forever Winter yesterday, and I was doing the new level with a friend, and it got very tense. Like, we died like so many times. Yeah, that game is very intense. You need to really take it easy and go slow. That kind of adds another feel to it, another feeling to it. Yeah, these red lights, they don't really make sense in there. And I also want to make the local fog a little bit more visible. So we're gonna use this console command. So the fog is more visible. And I think we don't have enough fog in here. Maybe we can try adding another volume. Trying to use as less volumes as possible. Yeah, red lights are super awesome. It's just that I think it looks too dark. It looks too dark. Let's see. What happens if I add a local fog volume here? Let's see, density. I think it's not gonna scatter unless we have some light right next to it. We need some light to actually be able to scatter this thing. And we don't want just floating lights everywhere. We need to have some practical lights. Okay, so I think that instead of using that, I might use this one. Or maybe we can use the smaller ones that I have somewhere here. Maybe this one might scatter better. Yeah, that white light kinda defeats the purpose. You're right, let's see if we can take it. The problem is that we get this kind of like circle here. Okay, let me get this one off. Yeah, I don't like that circle there. I think maybe this might be a better solution. Yeah, let's go with red light. Hey, thank you for the follow. Let's see. Yeah, let's change that up. Now we know that this white light doesn't work very well. Okay. Okay, that's looking a little nicer. The thing is, with this light, do we need more than one? No, I think just one in the center might work very good. Somewhere here. fall off, so we get the fog only down. Kind of want to align these two. It does look a little dark, a little bit too dark. Why the mushroom is glowing more than the light? I don't know. Oh, it's deactivated. I need to activate this data layer. Boop. There is a guy that does not have audio. That's kind of funny. It's not that bad. It's dark, but I mean you can clearly see where to go. It would be very nice for the lights on top to scatter down. Scatter with the fog, meaning that the height fog we need to reset, and this spotlight intensity yeah, it's a little bit too far away. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I like it. I like it like this. Don't wanna spend too much time in one little area because we need to continue. It looks pretty cool. Now this is too dark. Oh, it's too dark, yeah. Let's make it a little bit brighter. Wow. It does feel... That's a little better. Trying to check the colors on my other monitor, which is a little better than this one. Has a better color range. And I was getting a lot of comments yesterday, like people saying like, dude, it's too dark, it's too dark. I mean, I will still have a flashlight and stuff, but I don't want to make it pitch black. Apply instance changes. Apply instance changes to blueprint, so all the other lights also get modified. And now we get the fog, the local fog volume 1. to be a little bit less intense. I think that's kind of nice. Because the stronger the light, the stronger the fog scattering. Well, we have a flashlight. We got some specular issues with this material. Yeah, I think this feels better. Feels dark, but we can see the silhouette of the character. We can see enough. I think this is kind of cool. We do have a flashlight. It's just that it kind of need to adjust it a little bit because it's too intense. Flashlight here. Boop. Alt T. Boop. It's too bright. Oof. Alt D. Want to make it less bright. I don't know what happened to my AI. It was working super nicely. Then I added a couple of props and it started bugging out. It's so easy for the AI to bug out. I don't understand. Like, why is it because the collisions on the floor? Oh, it's because the collisions on the floor. Yeah, I believe they don't like to walk over this thing. Let's see. I think these collisions right here are bugging out the AI. That's the only thing I can make sense of. I think I'm gonna take the collisions off. This kind of like alien stuff. It's pretty basic. I'm using this RPG template, super cool template that I found, and I'm gonna modify it and make it look super cool. I do like the design so far, but I'm gonna definitely change it. Can we change collisions in the property matrix? I'm not sure. Hopefully. Let's see if we can just select all these assets and go to complex collision, complexity, project default, collision, no collision, collision response disabled. Wow, there are so many collision options. Collision, no collision. Okay, I guess that's it. Oh, we got a crash, Jesus. No. Oh my god. Why? Let's see, how can we make it a little bit easier for the computer? So yeah, this is the template that I'm using, the RPG engine. Such a good template. Very complex. It comes with like a huge documentation, and trying to build my small game on top of this. Since I'm an artist, I kind of want to focus more on the visual side of things, but definitely, there's a lot of work I want to do with the enemies, the UI, basically until it becomes something else, like irrecognizable, that we are using the template. Change the weapons, and there's a lot of work. Does take a little bit to open, even though we're using data layers and they are unloaded. It does take a little bit. Yeah, I think if I put those collisions off, the character should be able to walk around. I believe that's what's making the AI kind of like get stuck. Just the complexity of those collisions. I want to change the scope also, because it's too bright. For some reason it's too bright. Yeah, I really like first person. Absolutely, super nice. The cool thing about this is that when you have a scope, it changes from third person to first person. It goes into the scope. It goes into inside like the scope, so it changes from third to first. But it's also it's a multiplayer template, so I think having third person kind of makes sense. Hey, how's it going, Adam? Okay, I think that... Yeah, let's try taking the collisions out of this again. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Okay, let's just save. Okay, cool. I think now we should not have any collisions in here. Hey Bilge, how's it going? Just add first person and third person switch. That's also possible. I do like first person, to be honest. It's kind of cool. We still having collisions here. Let's see. There's so many collision settings. If not, I guess I will need to go on. Yeah. Take the collision off. I think it's probably we don't need collisions on this. It's just gonna make the AI work better, and maybe it's gonna help us with performance, just having less collisions. Let's just edit these assets. There's probably a way to do this from the property matrix, but not sure which option it is. Okay, okay, I see. Kinda just need to remove the collision. I think you cannot do this from the property matrix. Okay. So many assets, oh my god. Oh. These are like kind of like foliage assets kind of thing, so no problem. They're like small enough to need a collision. Wow, so many assets, and we got them. Also, you don't want the player to get stuck in one of these routes. Oh, there's no collision for this one. Okay. Alright, so now we just want to save all of this. I'm gonna double check. Just gonna save one more time. Okay. Yes, we have no collisions. Awesome. Now the AI should not get stuck. Wow, it does take a while for... I just want to get rid of collision mode. Okay, cool. Nice. Gonna get my local fog. Right there. And nice. Yep, there's no collision. Oh, is there? Oh my god, there's still collisions in there. I thought... Oh no, I'm actually walking on the other thing. Or not? No, it's actually walking. I thought that we got rid of the collisions. Okay. No, it still has collisions. Yep. The AI gets stuck in there. I don't see any collisions here. Sometimes collisions are set in different ways. Maybe I need to take off the option that character can step on top of it. How the model is called? Not sure what you mean. Like this asset pack, or what do you mean by that? Oh, no collision. Oh. Okay. I think this is the one. Oh my god, okay. Oh, you see, these ones are different. They have multiple collisions. Yeah, collisions are sometimes a headache. There's so many options for collisions. Hey, growing with twist. It's very nice. I got a little better performance. Already got used to the new UI. They kind of like flipped the UI a little bit. And I also fixed a bug with the Gasp animation blueprint. The retargeting, the IK retargeter also changed a little bit. So I was getting like this kind of like pelvis, kind of like the character was not able to like set its IK foot in place, and I just needed to deactivate the experimental state machine on the animation blueprint. That took me a while to figure out. It's not like I figured it out, but a friend helped me out with that. that was a little annoying. And I also have that problem in the AI, but when I do take the experimental state machine off the AI animation blueprint, it just crashes. So I'm not sure how to get that going. The skin, well, this is an asset pack that I got. It was on sale a couple of months ago. This one is called Biomass Kit. You can achieve stuff like this with Substance Painter. If you want to make your own kind of like organic stuff, and to make it move, you just use a world position offset, I think it is, in the material, like, you know, like foliage that moves a little bit. I really want to adjust it so kind of like breathes, like a heart kind of thing, like a heart pump. It will go way better with this. Alright, let's try to get these collisions off. No collision. I think that's it. I think that hopefully with this we will be able to actually have no collisions at all. Kind of funny that I cannot do this from the property matrix, kind of like need to do it one by one. Because there's a lot of collision options in the property matrix, but it seems like it's not the one I need. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a bunch of we're gonna get the whole place covered with this. I also have some eggs, like alien eggs. Just wanna double check if there's no extra collisions, because one of the assets actually has like some assets come with multiple collisions. I think these ones are just one. So many props, oh my god. Might as well just do it now so we don't have issues in the future. Okay, a couple more. And I believe this is it. Okay, cool. Let's see. Okay, nice. We can walk through. Is the character being... I think... Nope, we are not able to step on them. We can go through. That's awesome. Now this should make the AI be able to walk around freely. Awesome, yeah. That's some of them do have physics. Okay, nice. I think the AI is able to walk again. Still bugging out. Jesus, I don't know why. Damn, yeah. Is it bugging out because of other props? Maybe. Oh my god. I don't know what it is. We do have a nav mesh. Ah, okay, yeah, I see. There's not enough space for the nav mesh for this creature to walk around, I guess. I don't want these props to be calculated into the nav mesh. Is there an option for that? Has navigation data. I guess if we take that off, it should not calculate, should not be considered into the nav mesh. Okay. Wanna find another one that has no obstacles? No, they're all freaking out. Like, what's wrong with this AI? Like, it was working super nicely. Like, what changed? Like, yeah, all the AI is freaking out. There's no obstacles in here and it just doesn't want to move. Damn. No, no, I mean, there's something wrong with this thing. Like, every time it just reacts differently. I'm like, damn, this is tough. I have no clue like what happened to this thing. I didn't change any options, and it's just bugging out. Mm-hmm. Wow. No clue. To be honest, I have no clue why is this not walking around. It was walking around super nicely before. All these props probably don't need collisions as well. They are just decoration. Um, yeah. Well, I'm not gonna stress out about this. I'm gonna continue building the level. Don't crash. Oh Jesus. Oh damn it. Not a good start today. Okay. Yeah. Let's just build a level for now and chill. No, I'm not making my own assets. And I'm also using a template. Um, Maybe later, if I get my vertical slice to work nicely and stuff, and I get a very polished demo, then I can make a cool character and start building some of my own assets. For very specific things, but definitely there's a lot of these are like very cool assets that I've been gathering for a long time, and I always wanted to put them together in a cool environment. All right, so yeah, let's just keep building the environment. It's what it is. Like that's game dev. It's just one problem after another. Just like you add a little box and the the AI stops working like for no reason. Okay. Where is the cables? Okay, I think here's the cables that we were placing yesterday. Yeah, these are tiny details. I should focus on the main structure first, like all the big props that the character is actually going to interact with, and then we can like decorate, set dress, all the little things. Wait. But looking this from the positive side, to be honest, like I thought, like I should just focus on the mechanics. I should get all my enemies and all my things working very nicely in a, like some kind of like blockout version of the level, and then I realized, well, to be honest, the level is super important because like all the collisions, all the little things that you add to the level actually influence the AI behavior, the nav mesh, the performance of the game, like how much detail you want to add to it, how is it going to like actually perform with the enemies and stuff. So actually starting with the level, it's not such a bad idea. You can go anyway, both ways, doesn't really matter, but performance wise, I think it's kind of nice to know how much can we push the level. Thank you. Yeah, I wanna push this environment as hard as possible, so I can then just focus on the enemies, the resource management, and actually the logic side of things, which is gonna be crazy crazy hard. So that's the goal. Thankfully, I can always ask for help. That's the actual very good thing about using a template. You can always just go to the developer of the template and be like, "Hey, dude, can you help me with this?" Because we have a Discord channel and there's a lot of other developers, super good developers in there, and sometimes they're talking about super complex stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I don't even know what they're talking about. And I have like a long list of bugs that I want to fix. Very long list, which most of these things is just a couple of clicks, just change this blueprint or uncheck that option, and it should fix the thing. So that's also kind of nice. It's just I will probably need some help to find where those options are. All right. Really like these boxes here. Gonna make this a little smaller. And then we have the last room, which is underneath. That's like the cryo chamber room. Super excited about getting to that area. But first I want to get just the main props. Whoa, okay. This is stream number 103, and I've been streaming for around 4 hours each stream, sometimes more, sometimes less. So it's been a couple of months. I started making like an open world, so I do have another file where I have a bunch of other things that I want to add, but I decided to focus on a smaller area and try to make a vertical slice, kind of like adding all the stuff that I want to add and making the enemies work and kind of like getting a small gameplay loop working, and then after that I can always keep expanding. So I think I'm gonna give it like maximum 1 more week. Just gonna push the environment 1 more week, and after that it's just gonna be resource management, enemy AI, and trying to get all of that working as good as possible. Okay, I'm gonna go room by room, just giving a little bit of detail. Where's the... Yeah, this room is so nice. Especially with the fog. Just need to activate it right here. But the AI is not working. Oh, it was so nice. This is gonna be so cool because for example, I'll be facing this enemy, and if I run away from him, he's not gonna run after me, but he's going to go around the structure, and he's gonna meet me on the other side. That was what I was experimenting with these kind of like rooms that are like kind of like a grid-like room. So you're running away from the enemy, you look behind you, there's nothing in there, and then you flip the camera and he's right in front of you. I appreciate it. And that happens when the AI finds a shorter path and he goes around. That's a super cool happy mistake. But since I added this bunch of geometry, for some reason the nav mesh got too cluttered, and the AI is like, oh nope, I don't want to walk anymore. To be honest, I don't know what happened. Exactly with the AI. But that's how it is. Like you hear this from everybody online. Like AI is just crazy tough to get right. At least to make it feel okay, not just like a enemy kind of walking against the wall. All right. We have another room like this. Do we have a corner piece? No, we don't. Let's see if we can actually make one. Depending on the geometry of this, we might be able to make a bend. Oh, okay, let's see if it actually works. So model, deform, wrap. Oh, it works. Nice. Lower bound 0. There we go. 90 degrees. Boop. Now we have a 90-degree pipe. Accept. And that's it. Yeah, no need to go to Blender. We got it right here. Kind of funky. We could probably separate those two meshes, copy this one that is good, put it in there. Maybe we can try that by going to attributes, generate polygroups, find connected trees, accept, model, poly edit, get rid of this one, poop, accept, X form split by static mesh, very important, so it doesn't split into crazy parts. Then edit pivot center, then copy that thing, go 45 and move it somewhere here. Then on lit so we can actually see what's going on. Just try to match it as close as possible. I think that kind of makes sense. It's not gonna snap super nicely, but we got a 90-degree pipe. Then it will be awesome to select them both, merge, accept, and then we would like to move the pivot point. To do that, I usually basically try to align this first with this little thing. Oh, okay, wait, oops, I forgot to merge that one. I like to move them together like this. So we can snap them nicely once we find the pivot point. Almost there. Okay, I think that feels kind of nice. So to do this, I go here, I edit pivot, click on the asset I want to copy from. So I copy location into the new, oh wait, the pivot point is here. So actually this needs to go here. Right there. Okay, so we select the asset that we want to modify the pivot from, select the one that we want to copy from, and then we can just copy the values. That way they will share the pivot point, and that will make it a little bit easier to snap together. Let's say we want to push this one somewhere here. That's kind of cool. And then the cool thing about doing the pivot trick is that we can just copy this one and be like copy all properties, paste all properties, and bloop, it snaps right there. I'm not sure to what value they snap, but I think they snap to 5. Most assets snap to 5. Nice. I don't really like these walls too much. What's going on in there? Oh, okay, just lead mode stuff. I have a 3080 or 3060. Let me check. .3080 GeForce RTX 3080 Ti. Wow, that's a lot. Long name. Okay, cool. Okay, that's nice. The local fog is crazy. Let's hide that there. We have 1, 2, 3 rooms. I will really like to use this setup on the other rooms. Can probably modify it a little bit. Oh yeah, this is gonna look so nice. Oh, look at the light, it's white, but when I turn the local fog, it goes a little bit yellowish. I remember this light being a little bit more yellowish. It is a little bit yellowish. Okay, I like these pipes. Let's actually build some cool stuff here in the wall so we can just like copy and paste it and add a bunch of detail to the other walls. And I like these ones, these are very big details. I like that. We're gonna make like some kind of panel that we can just move around. And let's see, where can we do this? Oh, okay, I think this might work very well here. Cannot see much. Um, 1.5. Let's push this a little bit closer. That looks kind of cool. But I want something more here. Something more. Okay, we got some cables, some very cool wall cables that we can add. What is this? Oh, little telephone thing. This one should be somewhere around here. That looks kind of cool. Just double check scale. We don't want this to look too small or too big. Absolutely off. Way off. That's good. Okay. What happened? She's white. Such a cool character. There's another skin that looks like some kind of like Halo suit or something. Okay. What's the story? I actually started writing a story. initially I was thinking um, that there was a big nuclear war in planet Earth, and um, the world powers, the surviving world powers, got together and they built this bunker and started working on a spaceship to go to the next closest planet to Earth, which can actually have water and the most similar planet to Earth. I think I have it open here. Let's see. And this planet is called Glyce 12b, and basically it's 40 light years away, which that's a lot. So they developed this spaceship to go to that area, this new planet, and with the help of AI and quantum chips, they developed this machine to create an atmosphere that resembles a little bit of the one of the Earth, and they sent this spaceship that basically had like a crew with like very young people who got frozen. So because the trip is gonna be it's one-way trip and it's gonna be very long, so you needed to freeze these people in order to actually make these people be able to come to this area alive. So the actual tripulation, I mean the actual crew of the ship, the captain, like the people who's gonna like manage the ship actually die because of age, and then the ship arrives and a new generation of humans start, but that's getting too complex. No, not Mars. It's something way farther away. It's not this solar system. It's another solar system. But that planet, it's actually a planet that exists, and it looks like planet Earth. It has water and it has very similar conditions. But anyways, the thing is that humans come to this planet and they start mining resources, and then there's another race of aliens that they're fighting with, and basically I want to make it so there's like this open desert area, and there's some areas that are like polluted, so you cannot be outside in the desert for too long. You need to like wear like a special mask and stuff. That's kind of like what I had in mind, but it's a little bit too all over the place. Still figuring out. Yeah, it is actually like Avatar. It also has like some Fallout elements, because you need to be always like kind of like there's like maybe not radiation, but like there's some kind of I want the environment to be like deadly on its own, so you cannot like spend too much time outside. You can go outside and gather resources and stuff, but you need to go back to like different bases. A little bit all over the place, but I'm gonna simplify it a little. Yeah, the story is always hard. Or I was even thinking, like, why going to another planet? Just let it be planet Earth after a nuclear war. So you have the fallout. Basically, you have radiation outside, and you cannot go. You cannot spend too much time outside. Kind of like following the fallout kind of idea. What's going on here? Hmm. Oh, I know how can we can fix that. Just need this piece right here. And to be honest, like I think eh, it will be nice to keep the story kind of like open ended, kind of like leave some notes and some NPCs that tell you some stuff, but like very vague. Like don't like I don't want to like give all the details. Like almost like leave it for the player to kind of like imagine its own, like what happened. So kind of like give clues of what happened, but you kind of like make your own a conclusion of what happened to this place. Yeah, I do like the idea of another planet, but um yeah, I want the desert outside to be like this graveyard of mechs and like war machines and like scrapeyard, kind of like bunch of metal stuff just broken everywhere. And I also want humans to be like the bad guys. I want to be like, they just came into this other planet and started like mining resources and trying to colonize this new area that actually had life before, and they're just ruining the environment, and they're actually trying to fight the native like alien species to the planet and stuff. But also I want to make it so not all the creatures that you're gonna find are gonna be hostile. I want to make some of them friendly. So kind of cool. I always like that idea of like having friendly creatures. I'm using a RTX 3080 Ti. Wow, this is such a maze. Like the start of this level, it's super linear, and then it goes into this crazy mess. A maze, I mean. uh, we were building the panel somewhere. Ah, right here. Okay. Nice. What's the game about? Um, but at the end of the day, I want to make like your typical kind of like survival horror shooter, kind of like Dead Space, kind of like Resident Evil. Also, I'm inspired by the Forever Winter a lot. I really like that game. Like especially the environments and stuff. They look super awesome. Nice. Yeah, I sometimes when I'm doing like very experimental stuff, you can say, like working on blueprints and like just really trying things out. I'm sometimes I like to watch other developers. But yeah, I really, I really like working on the environment, but it's time to push this out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give myself one more week, and then we can. I'm just gonna focus on getting the AI to work properly and all the good stuff. Because I mean, I can spend years just making the environment look very cool, which is it's kind of like one of my main goals. Also, kind of like have like a very cool environment. But at the end of the day, it's not a cinematic; it's a game. So I think the game logic is most important. Hey, I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Pushing, pushing this environment. Yeah, I got a little bit demoralized at the beginning of the live stream because the AI was working so nice yesterday, and today is like it just doesn't want to walk anymore. um, I thought because I added like new assets in the floor. Oh, those are these are very cool pipes. How can we use these pipes? They need to go into a wall. I think maybe here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just really taking advantage of my unemployed time. Now that I got some free time, I kind of want to like push it and see if I can finish a small level. And polish it as much as possible. These pipes are a little bit all over the place. Like, what were they thinking? I mean, this is not gonna make any money. To be honest, this is not gonna make any money. Unless I make something something very nice. I could sell it in Steam for like $5 or something. But to be honest, I don't expect this to make money. It's more like a passion project. Kind of like wanna see if it's possible to make something work. Something like visually appealing. The main goal of this project is to make a very dense, high poly environment run at 60 frames per second and add some interesting mechanics. That's kind of like the main goal of the project. To be super honest, because I always made like very nice environments before and very cool renders and stuff like that, but I kind of wanna make it interactable. I always like the idea of like world building, creating some kind of like immersive environment. Yeah, we can probably push this a little bit. A little bit less, like. Oh, there's a what is this? Oh, I see. There's this thing blocking the way, okay. Not really. Not really. I should be focusing on like these big props first. Everything that the character is going to interact with, but also I have like that I really wanna go crazy with details. I really want to push the details as much as possible. Like, I want to make it like a very visually. What's the word? Very, very detailed and very. Very, very interesting to look at. Yeah, I think that's kind of like the main goal. There's so much work that goes into making an environment. Like, even having the props, like even just having the all the Lego pieces, just putting stuff together. Wow. Keep it small. That's the only advice I have. Keep it very small. That's the biggest issue. Most people run into, like, they want to make like a huge environment, and things get very tricky when you go big. It's just, harder to detail things. And so one little trick I learned from a Ubisoft environment artist is to make these kind of like panels here, which people call prefabs. So you make a little panel like this, and then you can copy this all over the place, and then you can modify it a little bit. Another interesting thing that you could do is grab one of these modules, one of these kind of like tunnels, and then with PCG make a couple of variations of it. It will take you like definitely some time to set it up, but once it's set, you can really just copy and paste, modify a couple of values, and these props will change. But there's something very nice about like hand placing stuff. Like I really like hand placing stuff, just having like total control over things. PCG works very good for vegetation. That's very, very awesome. But you can really go crazy with it and make other stuff. There's this YouTube channel called PCG. I forgot the name, but if you look PCG on YouTube, you will find it for sure. He's one of the biggest YouTubers on PCG. I'm using a template. I'm a 3D generalist. I'm an artist. I know very little about blueprint or game logic. Like I've done I did the UNF course on building an action adventure game. So I know a little bit of it. I also did the Minerva mission tutorial where you can like make a spaceship fly and land and stuff like that. So I got just very basic understanding of blueprints. That's why I'm using a template, and I'm building the game on top of that. So the template comes with a bunch of functionality. Like there's so much stuff that I'm definitely not gonna use all of it, but kind of like the basic stuff. So here we want to break this symmetry. I don't really like that symmetry here. And we can probably add some kind of like organic stuff to break that a little bit. Hey, how's it going? Let's add some stuff like this. Oh, these walls have this line in here. I might just get rid of that line. We have some very cool corner pieces. I need to use those more often. We got some very cool corner. That's not the one I wanted. Or is it this? Oh yeah, but these are designed to be on the floor. Spaces like this, I think. Kind of. I'm not sure how to use that one. Oh yeah, that's a super awesome way to kind of like flip things. So you right click, transform, mirror X, Y, or Z, and it just flips by making the scale values negative or positive. That way you can flip stuff just to give it a little bit of change. Yeah, I also I was very happy when I learned that trick. I was like, oh, that's very cool. I'm not so sure about the mushrooms, but they can add a lot of verticality to the ceiling. When it comes to detail, it's kind of nice to go from big, medium, small. You want big chunks, middle chunks, and smaller chunks. So we need little tiny things like this. So we have like the big ones, we have middle ones, and we are missing the little tiny ones. Like this one. I also got some very crazy alien plants, but I'm gonna leave that for another part of the environment. Okay, so with this panel here, we can probably just copy it and keep adding stuff. So if you make like 2 or 3 of these panels, then you can just really add a bunch of detail to things. It looks very repetitive, but we can add different organic stuff on top of it. Then we can add with the light and the fog, that's gonna really make things look different. Oh, I messed up. I think this is not touching. Yeah, when you're working with like dark grays, and it's kind of hard to tell. And that just adds a bunch of detail there. And we are missing something in the floor. You see like that straight line? I don't like that straight line. I want to add something there. Even though it's a like a kind of like sci-fi environment, and you're gonna see like these straight lines, this hard surface stuff everywhere. It's kind of nice too. Just with this lighting and the fog, it really adds another. Actually, the fog is not activated, I think. Let me see. Oh, I think it is. Oh, no, it's actually hidden. There you go. This looks like an egg yolk or something. That looks very, very strange. We have the world offset, the thing that foliage uses to kind of like move a little bit. So we have it only on one mesh. Maybe I can add it on another so they can move differently. It's looking pretty cool. That's very glitchy. This when you have a lot of straight lines together, you get this vertical sync issue. You need to be careful with those parallel lines. Yeah, also the sound. I can't wait to work on the sound. Really wanna get some cool sound. My enemies, why are they not moving? What happened to you guys? Like, why? You're supposed to be moving around. Looks like the Sector 9 kind of alien. I really like that. It looks kind of friendly. I mean, it's kind of like a roach, kind of lobster kind of thing. But my AI, why? Supposed to be chasing me. This is so strange. Like, I got this blood impact, but the decals are green. Okay, need to figure that out. I love this your typical sci-fi box. Oh, we can probably make those a little bigger. I got these eggs, and they come with a skeleton mesh and animation, so it would be awesome to like kind of like shoot them and. That's another thing I'm really interested in, like making the environment as interactable as possible. So like shooting lights, shooting at this thing or this tank, and it starts like blowing smoke or steam or stuff like that. That's another thing I really am really excited about. Breaking glass and stuff. You know, your typical thing. That's the thing that impresses me about Metal Gear Solid 2 to this day. Like, you can just interact with almost like so many things in the environment that makes it like so immersive. Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 2, it's such a crazy game. Like, the fact that you can like put to sleep these guards and like just like move them around, hide in the closet, and yeah, a bunch of little things like that. That's so cool. Like, I really want to add those things. So I guess I'm making some kind of like walking simulator at the end of the day. Flashlight, boop. Yeah, and also can't wait to work on the UI, make it look super cool. Alt T. We need a light function for this flashlight, so we get like a nice kind of texture, and I think I want to make it a little bit yellowish and less bright. It's too bright. Also the fog, the scattering of the fog, it kind of like blinds me a little bit. Hey, like, who put this pipe in here? Come on. It's just totally out of place. There's no meshes in the floor. Like, why is the AI not following me? Also, when I make a build, it doesn't work for some reason. There's something going on in there. So we have electric bullets, explosive bullets, and normal bullets. If I get too close to it, the explosive bullets also make damage to me. Wow, he has a lot of health. This VFX, I'm definitely getting rid of that. This heat VFX. Hey Zero, how's it going? A nav mesh needs to be rebuilt. Let's see if it works. Let's make sure that we actually have a nav mesh. And I think you go to build. Is it here? Nav? I do play some games. I play Forever Winter, Warhammer 40k. I like Alien Isolation, Dead Space. I was playing Heroes of the Storm yesterday. We got obliterated like 4 times in a row. That was very bad. What else? Pirate. How do you call this pirate game? I forgot the name. Sea of Pirates. Sometimes I play with my cousin and stuff like that. But is there a way to rebuild an nav mesh? I forgot how to rebuild it. I've seen it before. Is this the one? Or is this the one? Okay, that's the nav mesh. Okay, I kind of like moved it to see. It was working super awesome. But then I started adding like this stuff to the ground, this alien stuff, this biomass, and it stopped working. I took the collisions off of that biomass, and still the the enemies just don't want to walk anymore.
Daniel, voy a recoger el pie que por Plaza del Sol, ya regreso.
No. Uh, yeah, they don't want to walk anymore, like, for some reason. Hey, I'm doing great. Hope you're doing good too. Why? My beautiful aliens don't want to walk anymore. No. They look so creepy with this lighting. um, yeah, I don't know. Actually, let's make a quick test. What happens if we unload this data layer and we go to the main entrance and test the other AI and see if it works. Yeah, that's my aunt. So it's super cool because I made this blueprint that opens this door, and when I open the door, it loads the first data layer, and all AI is bugged. Yep. Let's see. Are you gonna follow me? Nope, they don't wanna walk anymore. What the hell? Why? I didn't change anything. It was working so nice. They don't wanna walk for some reason. Sometimes just by closing the project and opening it again, it just works, but who knows? Where's the best place to learn Unreal? There's this official course that in Coursera that actually gives you a certificate. That's probably a very good way to start. But if you just wanna like test it out and see if you like it, you can do the Unreal Sensei course. He has like an introduction kind of course. I think it's 5 hours long, and you will be able to like build like a first level and get comfortable with the UI and stuff. And then there is UNF Games. They have like a very cool action adventure course that I actually went through, and it just also gives you the fundamentals. But at the end of the day, you want to make a project and just kind of like Google what you need to do for your specific project. Yeah, my AI is not working, unfortunately. Alright, we got some rain. It's gonna last like 10 minutes or less. Not even 1 minute. There is Gorka Games. He has a lot of very tiny tutorials, which are very nice because you get to kind of like understand the basics, and then you can like go deeper if you want. Yeah, Unreal Sensei is a very good a good starting point just to get comfortable with the UI and just the basics. Also, it depends what you want to do, right? Like, cause there's a lot of things you can do in Unreal Engine. There's a lot of different things. Yeah, like you can make cinematics, you can focus on meta humans and just make very cool cinematics. You can like focus on just make super cool environments and renders, or you can focus on the gameplay aspect of things and learn blueprints and stuff. So there is it's very complex. You can choose a lot of different. Oops, I didn't realize we are missing this little piece right here. Okay, cool. Oh, I think we need to change the music. Okay. This is such a big area. Kind of want to go down and work on the final room of the level. Hey, Roy. Here, working on this sci-fi research facility. I hope the rain noise is not getting too much into the stream. Alt T. Oop. This door here, I'm gonna have it locked. But I would like to go to the last room, to the top, let's say to the top of the building. Hey, yeah, I'm building an environment for a sci-fi horror survival game I'm making. Um, and for some reason, my AI enemies don't wanna walk anymore. Poor little guy, like he's not even able to move. So we have this elevator that goes down. It's not working anymore. What's going on? Like, nothing's working today. What? Okay, just yeah. Yeah, this template has Gasp, Lyra. It's just a mix of everything. I'm using the RPG engine template, and and it has like a lot of stuff. Like it is deep. I have this little issue right there. Oops. Huh. Okay. Nice. Yeah, when I build this game, when I make a when I pack this game, it the enemy nav mesh also doesn't work. There's something going on in there. So this is gonna be the final room. It's gonna be full of cryo chambers, and yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here, but this is the final room of the level. We got that volume fog in there. Yeah, kind of want to work on this area. That's gonna be very, very cool. Oh, I see what happened here. We are missing the connection. That's a very cheap way to fix it for now. I'm gonna make another mesh and just cut it out. We can probably make it here. Make a copy, change the instance, modeling, model, attributes, generate polygroup. Let's find quads. Find quads, and then we can accept, model, polyedit, and get rid of these faces here. Boop. And maybe even this one here. Yep. And this one here. Nice. Then we can get that, find it, replace it, and right click, transform, mirror on X, mirror on Y, and just push it a little bit. Then we can probably merge that stuff together. Yeah. Have you encountered massive performance issues in the editor, by the way? It's been a nightmare trying to optimize. Yeah, so I found the magical solution. It's called data layers. So if you're using world partition, I recommend you to start with the world partition template, which already has everything set up for you. And then you make data layers. Data layers are like Photoshop layers. You put your assets in there, and then you load and unload these data layers by opening doors and closing doors. And it's just amazing for performance because you don't have everything loaded in memory, you just load what you need. And that's how I figured out how to optimize the game. And then you can also do another bunch of stuff which requires a little bit more knowledge about your specific game and what you are using. Yeah, yeah. One game that I'm very impressed with, which is not AAA, is indie. That's what I'm super proud of. That game, it's Forever Winter. Just the amount of detail in the Forever Winter environments is just baffling. I'm like, how the heck is this running in real time? It's just crazy the amount of detail they got in their environments. That's one of my biggest motivations. Well, yeah, I don't know what happened with the nav mesh, but it's okay. Um, I think we should probably work on the other room now. Yeah, this is I got I got most props laid down. Then it's just copy and pasting and placing stuff. So let's do something different. Let's think about the bottom room. Right here. Sub-level systeming also best for optimization. Yeah, that's the old school method. That's how Unreal Engine 4 used to do it. But with world partition, you can use data layers, which I mean, like I'm just impressed by how quick things load and unload. It's just amazing. Like I'm super happy. When it comes to world partition, my recommendation is use the template that Epic Games made for it, and don't touch any settings, because it just breaks. You don't want to touch any settings. Just use it how it comes, and it works very nicely. Um, uh, Volumetric scattering. Let's push that off. We have an issue with this volume fog right here. So I need to move that a little bit. It's called local fog. Okay, we have two local fogs that are in the way. I'm just gonna hide them for now. And is this part of the weather from the ultra dynamic sky? Yeah, we're gonna just hide that stuff in a data layer as well. No need to have that on. Even the skylight, the ultra dynamic skylight. Huh. We probably need the skylight for now. But the weather we can hide it. I learned sub-level system. It's not bad. Like sub-level system, like I mean, it still works definitely. And if you're using LODs and not using nanite, I think it's also it's just it's another way of doing it. um, yeah, performance, it's kind of interesting because like we are playing on editor, and editor is always a little slower, but if you make the build, things go way nicer. Like things get just I really like the performance boost that you get when you actually make a build. Yeah, I really like that's a very positive thing of making a build. I think like you can also go on standalone, play in a new window. I think this also helps with performance, but at the end of the day, you wanna make as many builds as possible and test as much as possible. That's the thing. Okay, so yeah, let's try to make this a very cool cool space here. I was thinking, I have like a very cool creature that I made in university with two other friends of mine. Um, it would be nice to have it as like a boss fight, but oof, I'm so scared of making boss fights. Jesus, that's a lot of work. Um, that's a very cool creature. Kind of like wanna. I have the files somewhere in my hard drive, but the creature I'm talking about is this one here. This creature right here. All these tentacles are not rigged and are not part of the main body, but yeah, this is a super cool creature we made. I did the texturing, lighting, and the pose. Another friend made the sculpture, and another friend made the rig for it. Yeah, the rig is crazy. These are my first 3D scans. That's kind of funny. Yeah, this creature is so cool. Kind of want to use it in a game. Yeah, I really like this one. But it's crazy. It has like 1,000 bones. It is just insane. Like the amount of the rig of that creature is just too much. I think we went a little too crazy with that. Maybe not the best for a game. Build early, build often. Yeah, that's the way. So yeah, let's get some cool stuff in here. Let's prototype this space a little bit. Let's see if I can find the cryo chamber. I was thinking of maybe we could use the infiltrator demo assets for this thing. These cryo chambers are absolutely a... Oops. That was grouped. These cryo chambers are going to be a placeholder. I don't really want to use these ones for now. They're kind of like... kind of basic. They're kind of cool, but I want something more high tech. And these creatures inside, I think I'm gonna convert this skeletal mesh into a static mesh and animate it with vertex animation. So it kind of like looks like it's kind of like floating in water, but I don't want to have a skeletal mesh in there just for optimization. I saw this zombie horde tutorial, and that's how they get like crowds of zombies walking around, which is super awesome. This pivot point, it's oosh, looking at the other side. Oops. Now it's looking at the right side. I want to align it somewhere here. That's kind of cool. Wow, there's so much stuff in here. Just gonna get another light. Just to see what's going on. Local fog. I need to make some outliner layers. It's getting a little bit, just so I can hide stuff a little bit easier. That's kind of cool. Let's make a little group. When you make groups, the pivot point goes back to world position. In that case, yeah, let's go group unlock. I mean group on group, and I think I'm going to just merge this for prototyping purposes. X for merge. I should have seen what the angle was. Anyways, okay, now we have this piece. We can snap it to 100 or something like that, or maybe 500. What? Okay. I guess we had the unmerged pieces. Actually, these assets are used in a game called Huntsman, which is not out yet. It's this kind of like a, imagine like Alien Isolation in this like research facility, but you are running away from a Australian huntsman spider, but it's like the size of like a car or something. Nice. Yeah, the Sci-Fi Bio, yeah, that's a cool pack. A little bit low poly, but kind of cool. Why is this? Why? No. X. Okay. That's kind of cool. Not the best alignment, but that's kind of interesting. So I'm going to have this crazy generator in the center, and it's gonna have cables hanging all over the place. Definitely. The Silver TM Science Lab. Let me check that out. I might kit bash one of these cryo chambers so we can have something interesting. The biotubes. Let's see. Science lab. Silver TM Science lab. Do I have that thing? I mean, I usually get all the packs that are free. Silver TM. I'm not sure. Not sure what that asset pack is. Silver TM Science Lab. Oh wow. Damn, this is super realistic. It's a little bit more of like a old school lab. Not sure if this is the one that you are referring to. Oh, okay, yeah, I got this one. Kind of stylized stuff. Reminds me of Black Mesa. They're kind of like that's super cool stuff. A very cool stuff right here. I do have some stuff like this actually. Oh, I think this is what the Huntsman uses. I believe these are the props, yeah. Okay, well. It's okay. I got some cool pieces that we can kit bash as well. Oh, damn it. Wow, these banks! Oh my god! I moved my my savings from one bank to the other, and they're asking me to fill in some documents. Oh Jesus! Let's check it out. Zero sent me the thing here. Oh yeah, this is the one that we are looking at. Yeah, that's super. That's super cool stuff. Very very cool stuff right there. Yeah, that one is a little expensive, and I do have like like too many props right now. But I also got some cool assets, like 3D objects that I can use to kit bash stuff together. So maybe it would be nice to kind of like come up with something original. But definitely those are very cool. I want to grab all of these. Let's see. Hey, hello. How is it going? Nice, let's get this platform right here. Are these lights just separated from the thing? Nice. I think we got it. That's kind of cool. That that's kind of nice. I think it feels centered. Okay, here. Oh, is this just one piece? Oh no. I guess. Oh, is that a blueprint? Oh, okay. Yeah, usually you don't want to be using blueprints just to put things together. That's blueprints are more for like functionality, not just to put things together. In this case, I just want this piece. And I want to replace this one. with this thing. Static mesh. So we can actually have access to this thing here. Okay, and here I'm gonna grab this. So we got 1, 2. Let's see how many of these we need. Okay. One, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it every 2. So here, I'm gonna replace this with that one. 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's do it every 3. So let's replace that one. 1, 2, 3, and get this one. Awesome. Okay, let's get this one.
Necesito tus 5 minutos. Ya nos vamos, pero tengo que explicarte algo.
Ok, voy. Ya voy, Lu. Ok, nice. Then we can just get this and copy it with a radial modifier. Are these just texture or actual mesh? I think it's just a texture. That might cause visual artifacts. Okay, I'll be right back. Need to go check something. See? Okay, let's see. What kind of stairs we're gonna have here? Maybe I can split this. Let's see if we can snap this. It'll be super awesome to like snap rotation. I'm not sure how. How can we snap rotation to this? Okay, I think this is the rotation. Whoop. Okay, let's push this a little bit here. Something like this. Bella, oh, what happened? Oh, you see my doggy, my doggy. Oh, how many years have I been using Unreal for? I started using Unreal in I started using Unreal 5.25. I think that was during COVID. I started using Unreal during COVID. 2022, I think so. No, I need to check out. Let's actually check that out. When does Unreal Engine 4.26 came out? I remember I started using 4.25 and very soon after 4.26 came out. Oh, nice. December 2020. Yeah, it was 2020. I started around I think I started using 5.25 maybe through 3-4 months, maybe 6 months, and then 4.26 came out. So yeah, I started using Unreal in 2020. That's a nice year, and it's been 5 years. How did I learn to write script and make use of Unreal? I'm not a I'm an artist. Like, I'm a 3D generalist, and like I consider myself like a world builder. I don't do much blueprinting. I'm using a template for this project, and I'm not only using it as a learning experience, but also kind of like the backbone to build on top of. Let's see. complex. This is new in 5.6. I remember modifying these meshes and the collision was kind of like, you used to like get a new collision. Maybe that option is off. Okay, cool. So now we have this. And I'm gonna actually add this ultra dynamic weather to data layer number 1, so it is no longer visible. It doesn't seem to. Maybe it's the sky, the ultra dynamic sky, that I need to also add here. The question is, why is it pitch black if we do have lights in here? That's kind of interesting. It seems like that's kind of strange. It seems like I do need to have like the, maybe it's the post-process, probably it's the post-process and the exposure settings that are not allowing me to see this. Yeah, it's exposure settings from the ultra dynamic sky that is affecting these lights. That makes sense. I only started using a game engine a couple months ago, Godot. It's a small engine that's better built for pixelated stuff, but I want to become a smaller indie developer in coming years. Yeah, Godot is a great option. I've seen some very cool stuff made in Godot, even like 3D, very beautiful games also made in Godot. The fact that Godot is open source, I think it's super cool. It's something I think it's very, very nice. So definitely a great option. My tips are just keep it small and try to enjoy the process. Try not to be too hard on yourself, like, you know, because when you're doing game dev, you like, everybody comes with this like very complex and like very awesome ideas and your dream game and stuff, and it can get very frustrating when you kind of like want to do too much too fast. It's like, oh, I want to do these super awesome boss fights and stuff, and things get very complex and you get discouraged. So like, do something small, something simple, and just enjoy the process. It's better to, I call it like motivation fuel. You want to like try to know how to use that resource, so you keep yourself motivated for the longest amount of time possible. That way you will be able to achieve more stuff in the longer run, in the longer term. Hey man, any tips on how to start making a game and not just letting it be an idea? By the way, good looking environment. I appreciate it. The best way to start making a game is to, some people don't like this approach, but I really like using templates. Like now with the new Unreal Engine 5.6, there's new templates. We got a horror template, we got a fighting template, which comes with like charge attacks and like very cool stuff. We got racing templates, and just get one of those templates, the one that is more related, most related to your idea, and try to modify it. And that's a good place to start making something small. That's the best advice I can have. For example, like I started like making like this huge open world. I have another project, another version of this project where I have like a huge environment, and like I wanted to like create all this world and stuff. And then I said like, hey, let's just make a small tiny area here. Let's just make something very tiny, and then work on the enemy AI and get the things to, you know, get us something small, as polished as possible, like a vertical slice, small demo of what the game could be, and then we can expand from there. So I'm working on this area. This is the final room, and just prototyping here to see how this could look like. And then the idea is to actually start working on the enemies, and getting like the resource management and stuff. For example, like how many bullets are we gonna be finding, how much damage is this weapons going to do, how much damage the enemies are going to do. And I'm also using a template for this, the RPG template that comes with like this hunger and thirst mechanic. So I also need to have like food laying around and water and stuff. So I think I'm gonna give myself like one more week to finish the environment. I keep saying that all the time, but yeah, one more week, and then I will just jump into actually the functionality part of things, which is gonna be a lot of work, especially for somebody like me that like is more not a big blueprint guy. Definitely. Did you plan? Can you can pay for a full course? I think that's the best way. Yeah, yeah. There's the Unreal Engine official course, and there's a bunch of other courses for sure. That's a lot of there's a lot of very good resources to learn. I was actually thinking of doing the Unreal Engine official course. The thing is that since I've been using Unreal for some time now, some stuff that the course offers, it's stuff that I already know. I kind of wanna get more into like the enemy AI skill trees and boss fights kind of thing. So I'm going to use this template to try to learn more about that stuff. And in my opinion, it's kind of nice to learn by doing. Like, so for example, learning specifically things that are going to like aid your project, instead of just like learning different chunks by themselves. Like, oh, I'm gonna learn this topic, then that topic, and not like connecting the dots. Also, that's something I'm trying to avoid. I want to cut out this pipe a little bit. Somewhere here. These are very strange pipes, to be honest. Now it looks like some kind of like beer factory or something. This snaps to 10 or 5. Survivor course, nice. Yeah, survival games are super cool. Yeah, I've done a couple of classes. I did the UNF action adventure course, which is super awesome, and I managed to do a small little game with that, and that got me like some basic understanding of blueprints, and now I can know a little bit where the menus are, like how to expose variables, what are local variables, just very basic stuff. It's not like I can write blueprints from scratch, but I can modify things, already existing things, with a little bit more confidence. The hardest thing in this environment is going to be matching up the props, matching up the different props. Because these ones are going to look a little bit different. I'm thinking of adding some very cool kind of like energy core or something in the center, and a bunch of cables that go to the center. No, I'm not a blueprint guy, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely something that I won't be doing anytime soon. Okay. It does look like some kind of like beer factory. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm just trying to block out a little bit this space and see how things might look like. There's one piece that I would like to add to the center. It's somewhere around here. Oh, I'm already getting lost in my own environment. This one. That piece, I would like to add it somewhere here. Whoa, okay. That's this area is getting big. This thing. I want to see how big can we push this without it like going too crazy. Yeah, not bad. I want to get this location pasted here so it's totally in the center. That's kind of cool. And then we can try to maybe add another module here. On this one we can rotate. I think it's a little bit off. Something like that. Yeah, right. It does look like a beer factory. That's funny. It's the alien beer factory. Oh, nice. Multiplayer server. What are your inspirations for this? Well, I like many different things. Fallout, Dead Space, Alien Isolation. The Mandalorian. Well, this is like these references are a little bit all over the place. Half-Life, Black Mesa, I might be missing some of the references. Replace actor with selection static mesh. Okay, boop. That might be a little bit too big. Let's see how it looks from the character perspective. The lighting is just a point light for now, but yeah, we're gonna get the lighting looking super awesome. Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna have floating aliens right there for sure. I mean, that's the thing. Wow, this prop really holds. We can make it a little bit smaller, I think, but it kind of holds. Yeah, this is gonna be very cool. Catwalks here on the walls. Cables going all over the center. Flickering lights. Water. I'm gonna add water to the bottom. Okay, we need collisions here. Oops. I'm gonna add water to this, maybe this level. You're gonna have water here. I haven't used water yet. That's kind of cool. Yeah, these two props, they don't really go together. This feels way too high tech. So we need to make the cryo chambers more high tech, so they go together. Nice. I like this stuff. It's it's getting a little bit late. I think it's time for me to get lunch. I woke up a little bit too late today. the whole alignment, I'm gonna make it with the radial tool, so I'm gonna align this a little bit better. This catwalk, I think it is a little bit off, and these things are also a little bit off. But yeah, it's coming together little by little. Awesome, I appreciate it, Jake. Yeah, I kind of feel bad about these aliens. They look kind of nice. They remind me of the Sector 9 alien, which is like kind of like friendly towards humans. I also thinking about having this kind of like I have this idea of like these aliens are not hostile, but humans are experimenting with these aliens, and they are implanting chips into their brains to make them kind of like an army, kind of like a bio weapon. I'm not sure how to say it, but so so they can control them and use them as soldiers. And you actually realize that these guys are good, and like the bad guys are the humans who are just colonizing this other planet and trying to to take advantage of these creatures. That's a kind of like a nice twist. It's like a lobster man. Yeah, I'm gonna figure out what happened with the nav mesh. I also realizing that the feet, his feet, his food. How do you say it? The AI feet should be a little bit higher. Is that getting them stuck in there? Is that the thing? Because I see now they're good, but is that the capsule? Huh. I seriously have no clue why these guys stopped walking. I see the capsule, it's kinda aligned. Okay, no, maybe we can make the capsule a little bit bigger. There you go. Oh, actually it was kind of nice. 90, 88. Let's make it 1 point more. 89. I'm not sure this is the problem, but I started adding more props to the environment, and suddenly, well, the AI just decided not to walk anymore. I kind of want to reset the editor sometimes. That's maybe it's just buggy. Oh, but there's still, huh? Is it the collision of the floor? Okay. These impact VFX, oh my god. Yeah. Whoa, and I'm getting some very bad frame rate. I think it's time to divide the second floor from the first floor in a data layer. we can probably change that a little bit. Yeah, they're stuck. This thing, I don't remember this intersection there in the floor. I'm gonna figure out what's going on. It was so nice when they used to like run after me. Like this is the perfect place. But also the other AI, the guards in the beginning of the level, they also stopped walking. So they something happened with the nav mesh or something. I'll just reset the editor. I believe might be some weird stuff. Okay, now we're starting to get some Warhammer kind of like Dead Space vibes. Obviously, not quite yet. Not quite yet, but that's the goal. Getting like a lot of detail, and I think I'm gonna do some retexturing for some of these props so we can match them a little bit together. Okay, did we get some? Thankfully, I'm not getting as many frame drops as before, now that things are more separated into different data layers, so we are not loading the whole thing together. That's a strange light right there. We got this fog distance. Oh, now you wanna move? No, it's just the dash ability. No, we need to reset. Okay, well, I think I'm gonna take a break, go have some food. You know what will look good for this? The corner piece. Ah, no, but these are just wall, these are floor to wall pieces. Yeah, it's not. Maybe this one? That's actually the one I'm using. Poop. That's kind of cool. Looks like it's actually kind of like grabbing the screen. I like that. All right. Well, we got a lot of progress. Did some of the final room. Oh, okay, that's the interior. Okay. But definitely still a lot to set dress. But we got a bunch of prefabs. Like I got like a nice prefab for the panels on the walls, as well as this room that we're gonna just copy and use in these other 3 rooms. And then we can always modify from there. Throwing in the crusher, makes it into the spaceship to sell. Players will not see it. Alright, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care, everybody.